So I went ahead and pulled all of the spark plugs out of the engine. The plugs that I had in the engine were BKR6E plugs. They are one step hotter than the BKR7Es that every turbo guy likes to run, and we're going to switch to those. I have run those in my car in the past. I ran them at like, I think it was 37 thousandths of an inch of the plug gap, so I wasn't too impressed because I was actually having some spark blowout, or the spark not really fully igniting on time, and the car running a little bit rough because of that, just because the plug gap was a little bit too big for the boost that I was running. So I went ahead and switched to these hotter plugs, thinking that hotter plugs meant hotter spark, which is not the case. So I went ahead, put these in. These are gapped at 28 thousandths of an inch, and was having the same issue with the 19 pounds of boost that I am running. I want to show you guys something with these plugs. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. As you guys can see here, we have all 4 plugs, and the plugs are all kind of different colors. So this one's really dark. This one is good in the middle and then dark around the outer ring here. And then this one is golden in color. And this golden color is also coming from, I use that VP Madditive octane booster stuff. But anyway, so this one is like golden brown and then golden brown basically all the way around. And I wanted to give you guys a little example. So this plug gap right here is closer to 32 thousandths of an inch, and I don't know why. I didn't double check this when I gapped these the first time, but this one is significantly larger than all of the rest. So this one's a super loose plug gap, so super big plug gap here, and then this one was actually snug 28 thousandths of an inch. So that tells me that the motor under high boost pressures was not running as efficiently as it could, because some of the spark plugs were having a more difficult time igniting. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some fresh BKR7Es in, gapped I think to 25 thousandths is what I'm gonna start at, and see if that helps me any. So we won't have varying plug gaps. I don't know why I did this. We're living and learning, I guess. So yeah. So here are the fresh plugs. I triple checked these ones, so they are all at 25 thousandths of an inch. So significantly smaller than the previous BKR7Es. That plug gap is huge, and these ones are not so much. You can't really see it. So let's go ahead and throw these guys in. So now that we have the fresh plugs in, we can move on to the next step, and it is going to be installing a new O2 sensor. So I picked up a genuine Bosch O2 sensor from O'Reilly, like 70 freaking bucks, waste of money, but it's good to have a new one of these in the car about every 100,000 miles, I would assume, just because I've seen the one on my Innovate wideband gauge going a little bit funky, so that's only been a couple years, so I can't even imagine what the one on the car, after being NA, now getting swapped over to turbo and reading so much more air and fuel, everything's probably all out of whack with that thing. So we're gonna go ahead and replace it, get a fresh one in there, and hopefully make the car run a little bit better and more efficient than it does now. Let's get under the car and see where these O2 sensors are. So the downstream O2 sensor is going to be this one right back here, and the upstream will be literally like right in front of it a little bit, or actually no, I'm lying. So the downstream is this one all the way in the back. The wideband is going to be that one just ahead of it, and then the upstream one is going to be this one right up here, and the box right here is where the connectors are located. So we'll go ahead and undo that box, disconnect the upstream one, and then unscrew it from that downpipe right there. So yeah, not too bad of a job, and we should be done within probably like 15-20 minutes, I bet. Okay, so here is the old sensor. That is just as golden brown as the spark plugs, and that is because the octane booster that I use, the Madditive VP octane booster, does not like O2 sensors, and O sensors do not like it, so it actually does make them fail very, very soon and super premature. So it's probably a good thing that we're replacing this. This thing is probably pretty toast after 100,000 miles or 120,000 miles before we like turboed the car, and then being exposed to all this octane booster and stuff, all the extra fuel and air that's being pushed through the motor is probably not a happy camper. So we've got the fresh one ready to go in. We can do a quick comparison, so let's not touch it, but fresh one is nice and pretty. It's got some grease or some anti-seize already on the threads, so that's pretty nice. And it is not freaking toast like that one. So let's go ahead and throw it in. In your face, we got that wideband sensor replaced, and new spark plugs. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and we will probably take it for a drive tomorrow. I'm not even going to start the car tonight. Too late, and I'm a courteous neighbor. So thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next video, hopefully of me driving. I never post driving videos. I don't know why. I am just too lazy to drive around with the camera rolling, and I feel like it's just not as exciting as like a super high horsepower car where you can tell it's going really, 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 really fast, breaking 100 miles an hour. Then it looks fast on computer. Otherwise, it looks super slow. So yeah, peace out.